Is someone who is homosexual, are they born that way or do they choose?
There was a survey done just a couple of years back, few years back, and there was research done that homosexuality, it is genetic. So we have session every Sunday. Someone asked me that if homosexuality is genetic, then how can it be a sin in Islam? Because we believe that sin is something which we do. You can be born with diabetes, but diabetes is not a sin, it's a disease. So if homosexuality is genetic, then God is to blame. I said that, see, this is only a research. It's not a scientific fact. After a few weeks, again given the papers that this research has been proved to be false, and the person who did the research himself was homosexual. So therefore I said there's a difference between a scientific fact and a hypothesis. So homosexuality is not genetic at all. A person can't be born with homosexuality, impossible. A person cannot be born with sin. We believe every child is born sinless. The Christians, even according to the Bible, the child is sinless, but the Christian church believes in the concept of original sin. That means God told Adam not to eat the forbidden fruit, but Eve tempted Adam, peace be upon him, eat the forbidden fruit, therefore we are born in sin. I asked the question, did Adam ask me for eating the fruit, peace be upon him? No. So if Adam, peace be upon him, asked me, so how could I be blamed? Correct? If he asked me and I told him yes, then you can catch me. It's illogical. Correct? In fact, Bible is against that philosophy. It is the teaching of the church. Nowhere does the Bible speak about that, but all the Christians believe in the original sin, that human beings are born in sin, which is not the concept of the Bible. It is the teaching of the church, not of the Bible. So according to Islam, every child is born sinless. You can inherit diabetes. There are many diseases, I being a doctor, which is genetic, but it's not a sin to have diabetes. You can yet go to heaven. Homosexuality is prohibited. It is unnatural. It is not the innate nature. And how does it happen? I mean, people ask me that, why? The thing is there that there is a limit laid down to human beings. And today's psychologists tell us that when you do something, and you break the modesty level, what we find, that if you go in the Western countries, the clothes worn are very little, it reveals more of the body than conceals. It has become very common. Then having sexual relationship before marriage is common. So what happened that today psychologists tell us that if a person who had no sexual relationship before marriage, he enjoys his sexual life with his wife much better than the person who had sexual relationship before marriage. Because the moment you start comparing, and you have different partners. Those statistics tell us in America, on an average, one American before settling down, he has 8 different sexual partners before settling down with one. Some may have none before marriage, some may have 2, some may have 20, some may have 30. Average is 8. I would say from America. In Islam, there is nothing like sexual relationship before marriage. It is prohibited. So now what happens, once you start doing this, you tend to go to unnatural things. And then you want more pleasure. Then you get tired of this. Then what is next? Then you go to homosexuality. Then you do anal sex. I mean, I'm sorry I'm speaking all this things, but I'm a doctor, I can speak more freely. Then you go to anal sex. Then you go to homosexuality. It keeps on going beyond. After that, what will come, I don't know. So previously, homosexuality was prohibited in all the countries in the world. But when I went to Canada in 1996, and I went to give a lecture, I saw a man kissing a man front page. In Canada, they give permission. Now, many Western countries, legally you can marry the person of the same sex. So homosexuality is mainly a development because you keep on getting fed up of the other things and you want more, and then you go to unnatural things. Sodomy is there, then all the bestiality and all these things that are there, all the unnatural sexual things which we learn in a medical college come because of all these things.
So you cannot be born, if you're born a diabetic, it's not a sin.
Not a sin.